Hello everyone. This is video 5 in the series where I am solving Project Euler problems, Project Euler's archive problems using the Nim programming language and using Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash to learn this new programming language. So, all right, let's go through our routine. Let's take a screenshot of the problem and its description. This is problem 5, which will be linked in the descriptions. It is. Why is this thing so big? Okay, so there we go. Back to Excalidraw. Oh. All right, so all right, let's read through the problem. 2520 is the smallest number that can be divided by each of the numbers from 1 to 10 without any remainder. What is the smallest positive number that is evenly divisible by all of the numbers from 1 to 20? So, So 2520, according to the question, is the smallest number that is divisible by all numbers from 1 to 10. So it is divisible by 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. So what is the number that is divisible by all numbers from 1 to 20? All numbers from 1 to 20. What is the smallest positive number that is evenly divisible by all numbers from 1 to 20? Okay, so I think this is a fairly simple question, and this should be a short video. So I think all that this is asking is for a number n, whatever that might be, it should have n mod, this is an n, 1 through 20, including 1 and 20, should all be 0, and what is that number? So I think all we want to do is write an iterator, while loop or a for loop, iterator, and a function that tests if any given n is divisible by all numbers from 1 to 20. So I think that's kind of it. This might be a good place to play around with perhaps do while loops or whatever that the analog of that in Nim might be, and just write functions. All right, so I think this will be a fairly short video. It should be quick. So let's try this. So cd project Euler. All right, so we're doing touch problem 5.nim nvim problem 5.nim. So ts. All right, so I said we will probably try a do while loop. So let's go to Spartan here, and in the Nim programming language, is there such a thing as a do while loop? Because some languages don't have them. And if not, what is an analog for it? Please show with some syntax. Please show an example with syntax. I'm learning my lessons with this gem. No do while use while true with break. Oh, okay. So while true, do this. Okay, so All right, so keep trying larger and larger numbers until you find one that is divisible by all numbers from 1 to 20. So according to this, it will be var I equals to 0 while true. Okay, so our logic and then break. Okay, so while true, and we need a placeholder for our current number, so that will be var current number int equals to 1. I don't think we want to start with 0 because that will be true. 0 will mess things up, so we start with 1. I think we should start with 1, I think. So while true, if mod 20 current number, we'll later define a function that checks our criterion. But for now, this will be a function that will return true if the number is divisible by all numbers from 1 to 20. Echo current number, and then break. So apparently that's how you break an iterator. Else if current number equals to current number plus 1. Or else, right? So to define a function, we will do proc, and we will call this function mod 20. So we've done this a few times. So I've done this a few times, so I remember proc is how you define a function. The number int bool equals to for I in 1 up to 20, if number mod I not equals to 0, return false, return true. I think this is it. So basically this function is saying take a number, see if any of the numbers from 1 to 20 returns a non-zero modulo result, return false, else return true. So basically the way this function is working is you take a number n and then you try and divide it by 1 and then 2 and then 3 up to 20, and if when n is divided by any of these numbers the product is non-zero, then that means this isn't divisible by that number, and we can just let's return false, as in if a number is divisible by 1 through 19, but then if it's not divisible by 20, then there's no point in trying Sorry, if a number is divisible by 1 through 18 and it's divisible by 20, then there's no point in trying. Uh, sorry, let me try to say that one more time. If a number is divisible by uh, if a number is not divisible by any of the numbers from 1 to 20, anyone, be it here or here or here, there's no point in going further because we need it to be divisible by all of them. So um, we go from 1 up to 20 and see if it's divisible and only return true once if it's divisible by all of them. But if it's not divisible by any of them, any one of them, even at least one of them, we return false immediately. That is what we're doing here. So say a number is not divisible by 7, then there's no point in trying going past 7 because we need all of it to be true. So forget the previous examples that I was trying to blur it out and stumble my way through. Just ignore them. So that's the point. You take a number, you try to divide it by 1, 2, 3, and if at any point between 1 and 20, as early as late, in the middle, it doesn't matter. If it's not divisible by one of them, we just return false immediately and then go on to the next number. So I think this is it. Nim problem 5. That was quick. So 232,792,560. So 232,792,560. That was very quick. This is a huge number. This is a huge number. 232,792,560. All right, let's see if our answer is correct. CAPTCHA is 13568. 232,792,560. Okay, perfect. Our answer is correct. Smiley face. One more smiley face. All right, I'll see you in video 6, but that's impressive. That's a huge number that it blurted out in really the user time was 338 microseconds. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, see you in video 6 working on problem 6.